Guess who got brands talking? Brandlive.co.za.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now tuned.
If you have a request or shout out, hit us up live in the studio. And now your host.
Good afternoon to all of our fantastic listeners all the way from the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada and South Africa. I'm your host Nicho Barnard and we are live here at Brand Live for another thrilling episode of Let's Talk Showbiz. Joining me as always is my co-host Chante Ras.
It's a beautiful day, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 on the 7th of December with our 7th guest. Today marks our second last episode of the year and we are excited and even more thrilled to be back for another fun-filled episode with all our fantastic listeners out there as we slowly approach the festive season.
So last week we explored the world of Matilda the musical with the wonderful Wesley Lauder. Matilda just wrapped up their tour in Joburg and is starring their new run in Cape Town at the Artscape Theatre from next week. If you missed our awesome interview with Wesley last week, make sure to stream it or download it on our Let's Talk Showbiz podcast, available on YouTube or the Brand Live website, and you can catch up on all of our previous episodes there.
Yes, and for the new listeners out there, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Showbiz, where we post updates and news on every episode to keep you in the loop of what's going on in the industry. And also feel free to tag us in your posts to share any new or upcoming events in the industry. We would love to hear from you about our South African gems.
And speaking about industry gems, we have our very own Tina Turner in studio today, Caroline Borole. Who just had her opening night last night at the Rudapur Theatre for her latest show. Tina, simply the best. Welcome in studio, Caroline.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, guys.
So stay tuned to find out more about this incredibly talented South African artist, known for her fabulously extravagant personality and the newest, hottest show in Joburg, Tina, Simply the Best.
Yes, but before we dive into the world of Simply the Best and this beautiful singer, let's see what's hot in the industry with a special focus today on our festive season's local entertainment and SA artists.
The Symphony Choir of Cape Town is hosting their annual Groot Constantia Festival concert on the 11th of December. This is said to be one of the festive season's most charming concerts. The event will display the Symphony Choir plus the Gentlemen's Ensemble on the lawn of the Groot Constantia Wine Estate, conducted by Alexander Fokens. Tickets is available on Quicket.
Yes, and then all the way in Gauteng, Tswane's favorite Africa Comes Alive, hosted by AfriDrum Productions, will be celebrating their first year anniversary this weekend on the 9th of December. Africa Comes Alive is an event that celebrates the spirit of Africa through the arts. You can look forward to live bands, poets, painters, and various arts and crafts. There will be also a kiddies play area so the whole family can come along. Also look out for Thabisa Tabeta, who will be performing as one of the artists for the live band lineup.
Awesome.
Hashtag my friend.
And for those people heading through to the coast, for those people going on holiday close to the KZN, displaying an epic lineup of the young and upcoming SM users for the 15th of December is the Kwantu Village Folk and Gride Music Festival. It's featuring several artists that will also be performing at the Smoky Dragon Festival at the Drakensberg later in December. So be sure not to miss these amazing South African gems.
Just do it. And then for aspiring singers in Gauteng, Industrial Coffee Works is hosting a singing competition on the 15th December. The winner will be announced on the night and will take home a delicious money prize. Anyone can enter, however you need to enter soon. First come, first serve, don't miss this.
And then, as for Industrial Coffee Works, our favorite, Josh Middleton, who was a previous guest here on Let's Talk Showbiz, he will be making another appearance at the Industrial Coffee Work tonight live at 7:30 p.m. So make sure that you go and head through there. The Coffee Acoustics events are actually a very, very cool platform for local artists.
Definitely.
Don't you agree, Shante?
I agree 100%. Hundreds. And in the world of theatre, Magic Mirror on the Wall, who is the fairest of them all? It's the panto time again at Joburg Theatre. Joburg Theatre and Bernard J. presents Janice Honeymoon's Snow White, the fairest panto of all the land, running until the 23rd of December.
And the People's Productions, by arrangement with Dolro, presents Disney's Beauty and the Beast Jr. to the Joburg Theatre till the 23rd of December.
And Joburg's Ballet, Cinderella hits Monte Cassino Teatro from the 14th of December. So join SA's leading ballet stars for a dazzling night and glittering ball as Joburg Ballet's Cinderella waltzes across the stage with Strauss's melodies. For those who have never seen a ballet, this is a good one to tick off the bucket list. In theatres till the 23rd of December.
And speaking about theatre, in the Rudaput Theatre, Tina Simply the Best opened last night for their first run here in Joburg until the 16th of December at the Rudaput Theatre. A tribute to the legend that is Tina, this amazing production led by the incredibly talented Caroline Borole, who is in studio with us today. This is a must-see production from all the smash Tina hits, choreography, sets, lights, and the fantastic band, and of course Caroline's amazing vocals. You will enjoy every moment of this experience as they take you onto a journey that will make you feel like you are actually in the concert of Tina herself. A spectacular show of note that left me extremely impressed last night during the opening night, and is running until the 16th of December, so make sure that you go, otherwise you will have FOMO.
I can't believe you saw this. I can't believe you saw it without me. You took my tickets again.
I didn't take your ticket. Oh, I get it.
You took my tickets again.
Get it.
And in the world of stand-up comedy, spoken word and performance art, the State Theatre makes room for performance art at the Opera Marble Foyer till the 15th of December, featuring Percy Mamela's Salt Art of the Earth exhibition with a live performance art. It is really something. Pretorianers, be sure to make a turn there before the end of the next week.
And in the local world of stand-up comedy, the SA here in South Africa, the Sun Arena Times Square brings comedy and soul on the 14th of December with some food and for those soulful funny bones.
Yes, support local comedians. As for film and theatre combined, one of the most remarkable shows in musical theatre history, according to the Washington Post, the Tony Award-winning show Dear Evan Hansen is coming to the big screen.
That is right. Universal Pictures has acquired movie rights for the 6-time Tony Award-winning musical. The company confirmed to ABC News. Ben Platt is reportedly in talks to reprise his role as the title character Evan Hansen for the film adaptation.
Wow. And the 25-year-old critically acclaimed actor who gave his final performance for the Broadway music in November 2017 has earned massive success and numerous accolades throughout his time playing the character.
And for those of you that don't know who Ben Platt is, he was the quirky, awkward guy from Pitch Perfect who was the magician with the doves.
Love
Just saying
him.
it out there. Yes.
Oh my word, I love him.
So you know the musical, Caroline?
Yes, of course I do.
Awesome. Obviously I haven't seen it. I wish I could see it. But I've seen a lot of YouTube clips and I've listened to the entire
I've
soundtrack.
listened to the entire soundtrack like a couple of times.
Good
Yes,
reputation.
as well.
Amazing.
Definitely. There's another petition. We need to let them come to South Africa.
SA now. SA tour. We'll be on Facebook. No, I'm kidding. And on TV and film, also next weekend on the 16th of December, Tshwane's Art Hub will be hosting their Rom-Com Festival in Pretoria. This is a showcase of SA artists that produce art filled with love and humor in all mediums, ending the night with a movie from one of the producers. #free entrance.
And for the Capetonians, aspiring film actors and actresses, there will be a camera acting December workshop from the 10th until the 13th of December, touching base on the
Stanislavski.
That one? Yeah, that one. The Stanislavski method, improvisation, script interpretation, and character development, speech and pronunciation.
Wow, that's
quite a bulk of information and things there for aspiring artists who are hungry to learn how to tackle the industry and shape their craft.
Yes, I love it when there's educational platforms out there. And there you have it, another great session of what's hot locally and internationally. Keep up to speed with your weekly dose of news and entertainment right here on Let's Talk Showbiz. Every Friday from 11:30 to 12:30. You're also welcome to tag us at Let's Talk Showbiz on any media regarding industry gems and upcoming events.
Or you can just invite us to your shows or your premieres or your productions. And
Why didn't I think of that?
We're constantly trying to promote and uplift the local talent here in South Africa. #local empowerment, #Mzansi for sure.
Also tag us to feature on our pages and Instagram feeds. We will be taking a short break, and when we return, we will be diving into our second segment of the show with our guest in studio, Caroline Borole.
And remember, if you've got any questions for us in studio, for our guest, you can inbox us on Facebook at Let's Talk Showbiz, and we'll be right back.
Making a bold statement yet blending into the surrounding suburbs of Melville, 27 Boxes is a realization of edgy design and practical implementation. A radical departure from the shopping malls of our generation, yet not a return to the high streets of our youth. 27 Boxes showcases the best of a shopping centre set in a garden, surrounded by the bohemian suburb that is Melville. 27 Boxes, shop, play, eat.
This is your show.
And welcome back. You are tuned in with us here on Let's Talk Showbiz. Joining us today in studio is the beautiful and incredibly talented songstress Caroline Borole. Sawubona, Caroline.
Sawubona, Chante. How are you?
Nikona.
Oh, we have That's impressive.
Thank you. Mapumanga girls stick together.
Ah, okay. I see you.
Welcome, Caroline. We're so honored to have you here in studio with us, and especially after that fantastic show last night.
Yay, thank you so much for having me, guys.
Opening night here at the Roodepoort Theatre. So, for those of you guys that don't know, this singer, actress, dancer, and TV presenter was born in Soweto. Caroline studied music theatre under the guidance of Nicho Ras at the TUT University. She went on to slay her career slamming theatre and television.
Yes. And this stunning actress and singer's TV credits include her role as Jackie for 2 seasons in Generations for SABC3, Doreen in Nomzamo, yes, on SABC1, as well as featuring as a vocal coach for The Winner Is, and prior to that featuring as a contestant finalist in the 4th season of Idols SA.
And her theatre pursuits have unveiled chapters with Caroline living her dream.
Wow.
She has appeared in iconic productions including the Nun Lady-nominated Sister Act, as Sister Act Tina and the Nun.
And she was also the understudy for Dolores.
And Dreamgirls as Effie White.
Some of her other amazing theatre credits also include playing the lead in Pippin, featuring in the Coloured Museum as Aunt Ethel, and supporting roles in Wailing in Memphis and Under the African Skies, and more.
Caroline also made the cut for the Showtime Australia and has toured as a backup
She's living
singer
my dream.
for 2 of the company's largest productions, including their Greatest Love of All Whitney Houston show and Michael Jackson History Show.
Again, say what?
And soon she was handpicked out of thousands of singers to slay the lead for the embodiment of the sultry rock star that is Tina. Tina, simply the best.
Yes, this songbird's most recent appearance is now in Showtime Australia's Tina Simply the Best, taking on the role as Tina Turner. This sensational show highlights the unforgettable hits from the legend herself, Tina Turner, now landing at Roodepoort Theatre on the West Rand, providing ideal family entertainment for the festive season. Don't miss this.
And reviews and audiences pay compliments to the songstress, saying that Tina Turner lives inside Caroline.
Wow. Glad to have you today with us, Caroline.
Thank you. Sure, I feel like that was a lot.
That was a lot.
I was not
What's your
ready.
life in 5
I'm sitting
minutes?
here listening to my life.
1 minute.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for the ego.
Shucks.
No,
We're
we're
inspired.
truly inspired. Caroline, you are a fantastic person for so many South African people out there. Just a pure vision of talent, and someone in South Africa doing such great things here in the industry for us.
Thank you so much.
And I actually saw the show last night. It was spectacular. It's
rubbing that in, eh?
it's just
Well, I think he's trying to hint, nudge, nudge.
I've been
Come
wanting
through,
to go.
girl.
I will.
you were the mirror of Tina. Vocally and in your performance, you lived it. You made us live for it. Well done. How do you feel after opening night at the Roodepoort Theatre?
I feel, to be honest, it hasn't actually hit me that it was opening night. It was, it's been just a whirlwind of emotions, leading up to opening night and then actually having it happen. And then it was done. And I was like, oh, why is it done? But it's an incredible feeling, all around. I feel honored, obviously. I feel overwhelmed with gratitude. And I just feel happy that, audiences walked away with smiles on their faces.
Definitely.
So what? It's just you've always been Tina, so it meant it's just breathing.
I wish. No. I actually had to train to become. Look, I've been singing all my life, and she's one of the icons that I've been singing from a very young age. But when you sing as a child and you sing as a profession, those are 2 very, very vast and different things. And so there was a lot of training that went into it, a lot of physical, mental, and literal, emotional, just training as a whole. So, and every day I still keep working at it. I mean, I don't believe that I've made it, every day is work in progress, because I think she's such a multifaceted woman and performer. And so there's always something new to discover about her when you perform somebody like her.
Exactly.
So yeah.
That's true. So Caroline, how did this entire journey start for you? Take us back.
Okay, so I, as Nicho just mentioned, I auditioned amongst many, and I actually happened to send in a video clip because I wasn't actually in the country with the other ladies that auditioned for the creator, producer, and director, Johnny Van Grinsman. And so he auditioned ladies from South Africa, and I was on an island of the Seychelles performing with another band, doing completely something different, obviously. And I was told about this gentleman that's in the country looking for a Tina. And he approached me via email and asked me to send in a clip. And then I quickly got the band together that I was performing with, and I said, guys, let's just quickly learn a song from Tina. Sent in the clip, and he called me and said, I want to have a meeting. And yeah, here we are.
Fantastic. Now, you've obviously worked with Showtime before on other shows, which was also great. But now I'm curious to know, what was the audition song that landed you this role?
It was the title of the show.
Simply the Best.
Simply the Best.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done. So how did the whole thing start? Because you became a member of Showtime Australia.
That's correct.
So how did it start? How did your journey with Showtime previously start?
How did you get in?
Well, basically, upon getting the role, Johnny then, how he works is that he works you into the company. So we all work together as the different productions and as cast members with the different shows. So in order for my prep to begin and to continue, for me to get ready for this role, Tina Turner, I then got into his other shows, The Greatest Love of All and the Michael Jackson History Show,
So
performing
Tina
as
actually
the
came first.
Yeah, Tina came first, but Tina had to take a bit of a backbender so I could actually get into it.
Awesome.
Do the research,
get mental rehabilitation.
Exactly, do the training and all of that. So whilst I was doing that, I was working with his other shows as backing vocalist.
So how long then ago?
2 years.
2 years. Oh, fantastic.
2 years.
So it's like The Greatest Showman, they got the cast and stuff
7
years ago, and the movie only came out now because it was so hard. It was so much hard work.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So got the role 2 years ago, worked very hard, slayed it last night on stage.
Thank you.
And how's your experience been with Showtime?
It's been fantastic. I mean, it's a great company to work for. We are a close-knit family, all of us. I mean, within the different shows, I mean, we all know each other. We've all worked with each other at some point or another. And like I said, we're a family. We're a good bunch of people. Happy-go-luckies, I'd like to say. Always trying to, keep the spirit of performance number one, and the spirit of, being a close-knit family number two. We have a good time, generally, most of the time. The only time we don't have a good time is when we're tired because maybe the tours are too long or whatever.
I can imagine.
# sleep.
Yes.
And the Citizen says, Caroline Borole is living her dream as Tina Turner. How far back has Tina played a role in shaping your career, and now that you get to play her?
Sure. Well, I mean, like I said, I've been singing, iconic women as a whole, Tina included, from a very young age. I mean, I remember when I was about 9, 10, 11, kind of running around, just screaming at the top of my lungs from my dad's LPs that he'd brought home of Tina, Ike and Tina at the time. So I basically started at a young age, and I would say my professionality of my singing career obviously started after I studied musical theatre, but I would say I kind of been doing this since I can remember. Yeah. So this is a great,
meant to be.
Yeah, this is just a great opportunity that I've been given to actually just extend something that I've been doing all my life.
Yes, I think Tina has been hiding inside of you since you were 9, and finally you are letting the
She
cannon
came out
loose.
to roar.
Well, speaking about, in another interview, you also mentioned that you need to get everything down to a T. The voice,
Yes.
the high energy, the dance moves, the general attitude. It's been a fun process, but you have to put in the work. We have a good team, though, so there is a lot of support. How has it been? What is the feeling and how has it been? What has been the challenges? Let me ask, what has been the challenges for you to portray this icon?
I would say the greatest challenge is the fact that she is not like any other. And I mean, respect to all the icons, the beautiful women out there that are performing, doing their thing. But she's not like any other performer. You know, she's not sultry and sexy, and you know, she's in the ground. She's grindy. She's a rock star. She's more man-like. You know, so the greatest challenge for me was basically trying to make sure that I leave the femininity that I have as Caroline and kind of take on this persona that is not the usual, you know.
Yeah.
It's very easy to kind of, you know, put on an evening dress and, you know, stand there and look cute and just sing a song. But it's another thing to really get down into the ground and kind of look awkward and you know, have hands that don't necessarily flow as a lady should, but kind of creep up like this.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of things have
think
been the greatest challenge for me, I would say.
And you know what's amazing with you now saying that? Not a lot of people know that, you know, because you will get a lot of people that will sit in the audience and they would be like, oh, she's so good. But I actually had a proper Tina Turner fan next to me last night.
Oh,
And
wow.
that
Okay.
person commented and she said, this woman is amazing. She's got everything down to the T. The facial expressions, the way she walks, the way she talks. She's got everything down to Tina.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so she actually knew this. She's a very good Tina Turner fan.
Yeah.
And she's not a very good, but she's a really big
Yes.
big Tina Turner
Yes.
fan, and she's obviously seen a lot of Tina Turner concerts
Yes.
online and stuff. So she actually paid attention to all these little things that you just mentioned, and she could see how well you did that. So well done on
wow,
that.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, at least I know I'm doing something right.
Of course.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Slay. How was the process learning and conquering the different growls, grunts, and raspy vocals of Tina? Never mind the intensive dance choreography of the demanding
Oh.
dances of Tina show day.
Well, look, luckily for me, I have a general harshness to my voice when I sing naturally. So that was like a saving grace. That was like a good place to start.
bonus.
Yeah, a little bit of a bonus. But like I said, she's not an easy person to learn. But I love a challenge. I like taking things on like that, and it's been awesome to find technique in my vocals. Because also I am a singer, but having said that, I still have to learn how to do certain things.
And to protect
you know,
your voice
to put on the extra harshness and you know that cutthroat the way she sings and just the loudness. There's nothing sweet and you know angelic about the way she sings. So it's been fun to learn how to do that with my vocal. I didn't even know that I could push myself to those proximities, but hey, here we are.
Wow.
Now-
And the dancing?
Listen, the dancing.
Because that's hectic.
Very, and I'm a short girl, and so my heels are like yay high, you know. So it's been quite an interesting journey having to learn to dance in those. Luckily, I did study in musical theatre, so I believe I can move a little bit. I'm not a full-on dancer, but. You know, she isn't exactly a ballet dancer herself, so that was an interesting thing for me to have to learn to do in those, you know, 20-inch situations. But it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, I actually my friend that was with me there last night, he actually said, I wonder how her feet feels after this show.
I don't think I should tell the audience how my
No,
feet
it's effortless. My feet feel like I'm
my
walking
feet
on
feel
clouds.
like yes, exactly. My feet feel great.
Hashtag backbends.
So, tell us, what is your favorite Tina Turner song?
Ooh, I love it when I get that question because
Dun, dun, dun.
because I always every morning when I wake up, I have a different tune in my head from Tina. Like I literally go to bed and I have Tina in my head. I dream about the show, or I dream about Tina, or a song, and I wake up in the morning and I have a
Dreaming
different.
about Tina?
Yes, you know. So it depends on the day. It really does depend on the day. Today, my favorite one is "I Don't Want to Lose You."
Oh,
Yes, I think I'm feeling a little bit like,
Nostalgic.
yeah, a little bit nostalgic. Maybe it's from opening night. Yeah, I think that might
it's
be.
slowly going.
Yeah, it's slowly like
Hello.
kind of sifting through my head and my body.
I'm a rock star. What do I do with this? No, I'm kidding. Yes, but I actually want to ask, like, how is it feeling? How does it feel getting through a 2-hour show of this capacity? I know it's similar, but
It's a lot of work.
you just go straight into Tina
But
mindset
I
that
it's a lot of work, but I from the moment we're about to go on, I just, I channel what I'm supposed to do and where I'm at, and, where my mind's at and where my body's at and where my vocal is at, and I focus,
do
it's
you
a
walk
lot.
home as Tina?
Sometimes.
2 hours.
Sometimes. But, once I'm in the zone, then I'm in the zone, and I literally can only take it off once I've taken off everything, like the hair, the dresses, the shoes, then I'm back to normal. But
you're
in those
Caroline.
2 hours, I don't even feel the 2 hours. That's how hectic it is. I actually don't feel the show. I feel like from the moment we start, I'm just like, oh my word, it's encore already? Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, speaking about vocals and music and theatre, you studied music theatre and now you're climbing the industry ladder. Do you still do vocal training, or does Showtime Australia actually offer it to you as part of the company?
I still do my own vocal training. I think it's
Awesome.
very important as a singer to constantly keep working at your craft. Any artist as a whole, to constantly keep working at your craft.
Amen.
And to make sure that you better yourself. I believe in bettering myself at all times. I never
Yes.
want to be the same as I was yesterday. And so it's very important for me to train. And yes, Showtime does offer a person that helps me with vocals, but I also take it upon myself. I actually like it to do it myself,
Yeah.
because I understand my vocal.
That's beautiful.
And so yes, I believe in training.
I love that
constant
you
training.
take that responsibility.
Yeah, you
to
have
look
to.
after your instrument.
You have to.
It's good.
You really do.
So, on another note, you also played an iconic role as Effie White in
I
Dreamgirls.
did.
How was that?
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. That was the first time I actually had to, I actually got the opportunity to work with the actual director, international director of the Broadway musical.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
he
deal.
came to South Africa, and he also, the same thing, auditioned all these people. And even when he picked his cast members, he kind of didn't say, okay, you're hired. He just kind of said, okay, you start on Monday. Okay, great, see you then. And we were like, what? But who am I playing? And he was like, okay, you're
Ensemble
playing
number
that, you're playing
6.
that, you're playing that. But it was such a beautiful process, and it was my first international production in South Africa.
Wow.
And it was mind blowing. It's really one of the highlights of my career.
And I was just about to ask, because you've come such a long way in the industry since you studied, and you've achieved so much in the interim. What would you say has been your biggest achievement to date?
Tina, obviously.
Okay, she'll sing it. She'll sing it for you every night until when?
The 16th
16th
of December.
Okay, so now for some more personal questions.
Okie dokie, here we go.
Yes. So, how do you manage to juggle your fast-growing career in the industry, your social and private life altogether?
Like a headless chicken.
I said.
No, you have to find the balance. I've been lucky enough to have a very supportive family. For
Oh,
an
wow.
example, they come to the shows, they call to find out how I'm doing, what's coming up next, etc., etc. And my group of friends also happen to be in the industry,
That's good.
like
yeah.
my close-knit friends.
So they
happen-
understand.
So and we all kind of understand each other's schedules and, whatever it is that we're doing. Relationships are not always easy,
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie, because, you go away on tours, etc., and then,
Yeah. You-
absence makes the heart grow.
Yes, of course.
Whichever way it's going to grow.
Of course, it is difficult, and that's why it's important to get someone, if you get someone that understands.
Yes, it's really
supports.
important to get somebody that really understands, because also it's such a sporadic career that we're in, that you never know where you're going to be at any given point. So you really need to be with somebody that can understand that and give you that proper and full on support no matter what.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like we're psychic, because you're talking about family.
You keep answering.
Yeah, you're talking about
Some of our
psychic, and I was
favorite
just about to
questions.
ask you about your family. You say Your family is very supportive. So how has your family experienced this whole journey with you in your career pursuits? And have they played a very big part of influencing your dreams?
Well, I come from a musical family. Yes.
Yes,
Both
girl.
parents, my dad was in a jazz band, mom was in a choir all her life. My 2 siblings, sisters, we all sing. We all sing at home. So I think it was just a natural progression that they would be, supportive and kind of just give me a bit of a hand and just a pat on the back whenever I do something pretty amazing. I mean, for example, with this show, with Tina, they've probably come to watch the show. I don't even know. I can't even count
How
anymore.
many times?
I can't even count anymore because this is what we do as a family.
That's funny.
We support
Aw.
each other.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. So,
Okay. What would you say is your goal as a performer, other than the spotlight?
I always think to myself that, yes, I've got the vocal, and yes, maybe I have the talent, and yes, I can get on a stage. But what I think is very important for me is to pay it forward. I always say paying it forward is a very important thing for all of us that have been given these God-given talents to do. Paying it forward in the sense of taking it out to the world, giving that talent to somebody else who might be less fortunate than I am, but really also still has that dream. I was very lucky. I come from lucky circumstances, like I said, with family, and I was able to study. But not everybody is more inclined to have those opportunities given to them. And so I want to take the talents that I have and go out there and teach or give some gift to the next person.
I love that.
Yeah, that's so I want to leave that legacy, about my name as Caroline Borole, not just as Tina Turner or as Effie White, but just as Caroline Borole, the performer. That's what I want to do.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
You have a stunning vocal capacity.
Thank you.
Yes, girl. I particularly loved your recorded single, Undefeated.
Oh, yes.
How did you come about writing that song?
Well, I actually co-wrote that song with the director of the campaign as a whole, JP, and he came to me. He's actually an accountant, which is a funny story. He's an accountant who came and
With
he's like,
hidden
I've got
talents, of
a
course.
bunch of words that I really want to put into like song form. So we should work together. And we sat down and we put all these beautiful words together. We wrote together, and the whole thing about the message of RADA, which is the campaign
Oh, it was also
that
for RADA.
RADA that I am part of. Which deals with the abuse of alcohol, rape, and drugs as a whole, is that we wanted to bring out a message about changing the world, one step at a time. That people don't have to be stuck in a strife of any kind of abuse. Or self-abuse even, sometimes people are depressed. People go through things and they think they can't come out of it. And so what inspired this song, Undefeated, was just that notion that we wanted to say that whatever you're going through, you don't have to stay in it. You can come out on top. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
You can be undefeated by anything and everything in this world.
I love that. We'll be taking a short break. And during the break, we will be playing Caroline's song Undefeated to you. And when we return, we will continue our interview with the beautiful Caroline, as we will also talk about her involvement in RADA and their song We Stand Together. Remember, if you have any questions for our guest here in studio, please send us a message on our inbox page. Stay tuned, we'll be right back, and here is the song for Caroline, Undefeated.
Harnessing the power of talk radio. brandlive.co.za.
Feel the rhythm, feel my soul, live with intent, live to be whole. Take one step forward, each day I survive, strive to find my own perfection, strive to live my life. I will never give up, and I will not lose this fight. Take back my power and take back my life. I'm undefeated. I walk with power, so undefeated. You're never gonna break me
Never will I cry. Live with passion. Embrace my life. I see purpose. And I see life. My spirit will never die.
Harnessing the power of talk radio. brandlive.co.za.
This is your show.
And welcome back to Let's Talk Showbiz. In studio with us is South Africa's beloved Caroline Borole, currently starring as Showtime Australia's Tina Turner. But not only is Caroline a talented star, she is also the voice for the RADA movement. RADA is a registered non-profit company that has recently teamed up with a large number of South Africans' most talented artists to show that we stand together. And to promote their cause, RADA teamed up with these musicians to create a moving music video for their new song, We Stand Together. It is quite a beautiful collaboration and powerful song. We will post the video on our Facebook page so that you can check it out and have a sneak peek. So let's just play some of the chorus part.
Yeah, cool. Here's a little sneak peek for you of the song.
Yes.
And this is Caroline, amazing voice. I mean, your song Undefeated, it's so touching. It's like so inspiring. It's amazing. And you were involved in not just did you do such an exceptional job with Undefeated, but you were involved in We Stand Together, which is such a nice initiative. The song features 31 well-known local artists in South Africa. How did you get involved in this movement?
Well, like you just said, I am part of the RADA movement. And it was just another one of those extensions of what we were trying to say. Yes, we believe in changing the world one person at a time, but we thought it would be a very important thing for us to do to show South Africa and the world that artists are not just there to promote themselves,
Yes.
but they also can be there to promote a cause, and a good one at that. So it was just, I mean, it was meant to be, I suppose. It was just something that I had to do. I had to be a part of when I was approached to sing on the song, amongst other amazingly talented South African musicians. Yeah.
Yes, how was that?
It was great. We had a lot of fun. We really did. The studio was quite packed most of the time, as you can imagine. But we had a blast. And like I said, it's for a good cause. And it transcends just about the message of changing the world. But it's just about us it can mean anything. It's about race coming together. Gender equality coming together.
I love that.
All kinds of messages are underlining in this song, which was very important for us to
With an
portray.
umbrella of hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, RADA has been working to uplift people in need through their care program. They have a number of different programs within the care branch. They have a feeding scheme, train people in various life skills, work to get people through tough times, and uplift through music.
And to quote them, the approach RADA Care adopts is to provide support structures that are long-lasting, simple, effective, and directly serve the people who need assistance. Our aim is to take each campaign and to consolidate the effort under one umbrella, one nation basis, with the expansion to the continent.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's correct.
So what has been your role? And for you, what change or impact do you hope to make?
Well, my role has obviously been one of the artists on the album, but also as I would like to consider myself as not a helper, but just as a friend to people that are, like I said, less fortunate than I am. So, whether we are going out into the community, giving away food, giving away nappies, things like that, hanging out with little kids, going to hospitals, etc., and hanging out with, people that don't have people that are there for them. Anything and everything that I can literally get my fingers into when it comes to RADA, because it's a very important cause for me, and it's very close to my heart. I've been very touched by a lot of the stories and the people that I've met
Yes.
That's amazing.
through this cause, and it really is something that I don't ever see myself not ever being a part of.
Wow.
It's really important to me.
Yes, so like a voice and a helping hand.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. I think that's going to inspire a lot of artists in different fields and different industries.
I
That's
hope
beautiful.
so. I hope so.
So what would you say to aspiring artists out there? Any tips?
Listen up.
All right. First, I have a few things actually to say to aspiring artists. Is that no dream is too small
There we
or
go.
too big.
Mm,
Dream it, you can live it.
there we go.
You can be it, and you can flourish in it. I think it's very important that people believe in themselves, and hopefully you have people that also believe in you. The second thing that I would have to say is that discipline is something that is still very important to me, and I believe it should be something that's very important to an artist. So many of the times people get lost within themselves or within the industry, the tracks of the industry, they get lost in stupid things like drugs and alcohol, and then their careers don't really work out, etc., etc. So I would say if you're an aspiring artist, have a focus, have a discipline, know what your end goal is, or what your goal is as a whole, because who knows what the end will be, but have that focus and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself,
I love
because
that.
you'll make it if
Never
you do.
give up.
Never give up.
I love that.
So it's almost like every time you get the goal to have a new one.
Do
Just keep
better.
having a new
Yes,
one.
just keep on keeping
Love
on.
I
that.
always live by the motto that you shouldn't go out and try and be better than the person next to you. You should go out with the goal to be better,
Better
than what you used to be
exactly,
There we
yesterday.
go.
exactly. It's very important.
Yes, wow. For the aspiring artists out there, I hope you caught that.
So, random question.
If you had to do any other career choice other than the performing arts, what would it be?
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
I could
Yes.
cut it-
So
I
that
could see
explains Rada.
That's why the accountant
maybe
came
it's just
to
your
you.
heart.
Yeah, I
actually.
think so. And I was like, okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do. No, I've always had an interest in law. I'm that girl that goes home and watches. Now that I have a different profession, I still want to know a little bit about law. So my older sister's a lawyer, so I'm always constantly asking her, what's going on? Tell me about your cases, etc., etc. So that's one career.
I love that because a lot of stereotypically a lot of people don't always associate artists with those academic subjects.
Completely.
And you will actually be surprised how many artists out there used to pursue medicine and whatnot and didn't
Yes,
give it up because
there's
they
quite a
couldn't.
lot,
They
and
gave it up because they didn't
They
want
didn't
to do
want
it
to
anymore.
do it, yeah, because the passion was too strong.
Exactly.
Snap,
you want to wake up every morning doing something that you love.
Completely. It
'Cause
really is rewarding.
You spend
Because then it doesn't feel like you're working.
exactly you spend more than half of your life in your job. So you have to do what you love.
Exactly.
So, what is in the pipeline for Caroline apart from Tina Turner?
Well, we have some more work coming out with Rada, which is pretty exciting.
Fantastic.
And I have my personal Caroline EP coming out soon.
Yes.
Yes. So watch out for that. That's coming out.
And after that, are there going to be any family ensemble numbers?
I hope so.
That would be cool.
I really do hope so. I mean, my mom and dad probably won't really want to now. They're just like, you know what, you kids deal with it now. It's fine. We're done. So hopefully with my sisters, that'll be quite nice.
Oh, that's fantastic. We are so fortunate to have you here in studio with us. And that concludes our interview with our Tina Turner for today, the lovely guest, Caroline Borole.
Yes, time for our favorite game, Oh Snap! For those first-time listeners, every week our guest participates in this little game where we throw random words at our guest for 60 seconds. Surprise. And he or she has to answer the relevant word to each as quick as possible.
Guests can answer guest has to answer as many as they can within 60 seconds. And yes, there's a scoreboard. At the end of the season, the guest with the highest score will receive an exclusive Let's Talk Showbiz hamper.
Yes, now
Yay.
remember, you cannot say pass. You have to answer.
Oh, okay.
If you have an answer wrong, meaning it's irrelevant to the word, or you take longer than 3 to 5 seconds to answer, the word falls out and you lose that point. And you'll be interrupted by...
Oh, snap.
Let's demonstrate.
Cool. So it would be something like trees,
Green,
water,
aqua,
favorite color.
blue, and so on and so forth.
Something like that. I ran out of words. So it would be something like that. So
Right.
we give you a word and you just respond what comes to mind.
Okay.
First, 60 seconds, and you do as much as you can. Cool.
I'm a bit nervous. Here we go.
Okay, you ready? Let's cue the timer. 3, 2, 1. Color.
Blue.
Favorite food.
Maquinas.
Film.
Ooh, Greatest Showman.
Water.
Blue.
Tina Turner.
What's love got to do with it?
Yes.
Animal.
Dog.
Book.
Long Walk to Freedom.
Toothbrush.
Oral.
Coffee.
Black.
Board game.
Ooh, 30 Seconds.
Planet.
Earth.
Sister Act.
Dolores.
Favorite drink.
That's an interesting one. Let's go with water for now.
Okay. Wakanda.
Forever.
Country.
South Africa, of course.
Favorite song.
Simply the best.
Fantastic. Last meal you had.
I actually had chicken leg in.
And sing the first Tina song that comes to mind in Tina.
Left a good job in the city. Working for a man every night and day.
Cool. And that is the timer. That was stunning.
And I'm such a proud Mary fan. I love that song.
How did I know you were going to do that one, though? And that concludes our episode for today. Thank you so much, Caroline, for joining us in studio
Thank you so much
today.
for having me. I had so much fun,
Yes,
guys.
it's been fabulous to have you with us and to hear about your exciting industry journey and your adventures as the Queen of Rock. Hashtag watch this space. Hashtag remember the name.
And don't miss the show, guys. Tina Simply the Best. It will be on stage for a limited season at the Roodepoort Theatre.
Yes.
From last night, of course, until the 16th of December. Hashtag do not miss this.
Do not miss
Do
this.
not miss this.
Just do it. For everyone out there, you can follow Caroline Borole on Instagram or Facebook to keep up to date with all her work. What are your handhelds?
What to Caroline on Instagram, Caroline Borole obviously on Facebook, and Caroline Borole on Twitter.
And of course, you can also go and like and follow the show's journey on social media, Tina Simply the Best and Showtime Australia. And that's all we have for you guys today at Let's Talk Showbiz.
Yes, tune in every Friday at 11:30. It's a good life. Don't forget to do what you love and love what you do. Keep it real and slay.
Until next week, see you again.
Harnessing the power of talk radio. Brandlive.co.za